time for exciting live and local sports action on Richmond's very own WBON TV, the leader in local sports television. Watch live on your big screen with the WBON TV Roku channel or by streaming the live player at WBONTV.com. And support these great local sponsors who support our community. Now, here's your announcers for the game.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Berea High School, where tonight the Pirates of Berea are set to take on Paris in boys high school basketball action. Michael Watkins here with you on this Wednesday night. Glad to have you along as the Greyhounds have made the trip over to Berea to take on the Pirates. Our first look of this Berea boys basketball team this year. We have had 6 Berea games canceled that we have had scheduled to do on WBON TV this year. Friday, they were supposed to take on Model, an in-district game that we were going to do here on WBON TV. That game has already been canceled, so that makes number 6. We have had 5 other games canceled this season that we were set up and ready to roll with for this Berea Pirates team. All those have been canceled as well, all of them because of COVID restrictions. We had one that was canceled because of the ice storm a couple of weeks back, and then we had another one where it wasn't necessarily COVID, but there were a couple of players dealing with some sickness in those games. That game was also canceled. There was one game where we were actually set up and ready to go, and that game got canceled. We were here ready to go. We were waiting on the two teams to come out. And it was about an hour before the game was supposed to start, and we got a call from the athletic director that the other team had called and canceled. So that's been the year with us and Berea. But finally, when the last week of the regular season, we are here to check out this Pirates team, and I am so excited to see these two senior big men, Jalen Dorsey and Jaden Smith, out here as they get set to take on the Greyhounds of Paris. George Baker and his Greyhounds come into this game with a 3-win, 14-loss record. They had a 2-game winning streak back on February 26th and 27th, just a couple of weeks ago. They had wins over Bracken County and Bourbon County, but since then have lost 3 straight, including losses to Woodford County, Great Crossing, and Trinity Christian. This Greyhounds team did, however, defeat Model back on January 27th, 58-57. So kind of give you an idea of what this team has to offer. They did beat a pretty good Model team back in mid-January. So we'll see what they bring to the table here tonight against the Berea team who is fired up and ready to go. They have been trying to get as many games in as they can since Coach Thacker took over. His first game was against Powell County. Then they lost to Estill County by 1. They lost to Bergen by 4 points. Since Coach Thacker took over, they are 6-2 with wins over Powell and Owsley County up in the 14th region. They defeated Bell County, Nicholas County, Pineville, and Trinity Christian in 4 straight games to wind up here now taking on Paris in this game tonight. We appreciate you being with us here, folks, on WBON TV. The Pirates will have one more game in the regular season as they take on Danville Christian tomorrow on the road. But tonight, it's Berea and Paris here live on the Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance pregame show. Like a good neighbor, Jerry Goebel and State Farm are there. Visit JerryGoebelInsurance.com to find out more about what Jerry Goebel Insurance can do for you. We'll step aside and come back. When we come back, we'll give you the Jack Burford Chevrolet keys to the game here for the Pirates on WBON TV.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cupcadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Need a physical for school or work? Need it right away? No problem. Berea Urgent Care has 2 convenient locations along with late hours to meet your needs. They're affordable too. Physicals at Berea Urgent Care only $20. DOT and CDL physicals are only $65. Berea Urgent Care number 1 by Walmart is open every day 9 to 9. Berea Urgent Care number 2 by Berea Drug open Monday through Friday 10 till 6. No appointment necessary. Berea Urgent Care, here when you need us.
Hey, why aren't you watching these 30-second walk-arounds?
Get the money you need now. Apply for a home equity line of credit at Cumberland Valley National Bank today. With no payments for 6 months and low rates, there's never been a better time to tap into your home's equity.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
Madison HVAC is everything you would want a service company to be. The cold weather is here, and it's a great time to have your heating and air unit looked at by the professionals of Madison HVAC. Their upfront pricing won't leave you with any financial surprises once the job is complete. Their team of experts is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because you don't get to choose when you have a heating and air conditioning emergency. Visit MadisonHVACR.com and see why so many have chosen them as their source for heating and cooling. Back here on WBON TV, folks, we know that in Kentucky the weather can change pretty quickly. When it does, make sure to give our friends at Madison HVAC a call, whether you need a cooler house or a much warmer house. In Kentucky, sometimes you might need both of those things in the same day. Make sure to give our friends, again, at Madison HVAC a call at 859-625-1471. They will do whatever it takes to make sure that your heating and air unit will perform at its peak performance at Madison HVAC. Visit MadisonHVACR.com to learn more. Here on WBON TV and the Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance pregame show, it's Berea and Paris here tonight in boys basketball action on homecoming today. The Pirates, first time this year on WBON TV. It's been a roller coaster of a season for this team. You know, up until about a month ago, they had only gotten 5 games in, but Coach Thacker took over for Ray Valentine, and since then they've been playing some good basketball, a 4-2 record. They got 2 more games here in the regular season as they try to continue their hot stretch into the postseason. They will take on Madison Southern next Tuesday in the first round of the 44th District Tournament. That game will also be here live on WBON TV. It's now time for our Jack Burford Chevrolet keys to the game. Visit jackburford.com to see the latest inventory at Jack Burford Chevrolet, including those brand new 2021 Chevrolets arriving daily at Jack Burford Chevrolet on the bypass in Richmond. Tonight, the keys to the game for Berea. You got to get your 2 big men going. Jalen Dorsey and Jaden Smith have been the 2 main cogs in this Berea system for a couple of years now. They go as those guys go. And when they have big games, this Berea team is a very dangerous basketball team. If they can get them going tonight, I would assume Berea would come away with a big victory. Those are yours, Jack Burford Chevrolet keys to the game. Get your new keys and your next set of keys at Jack Burford Chevrolet on the bypass in Richmond. Again, Paris, the Greyhounds, only 3-14 on the season, but they do get Washington, their top player, averaging 19.7 points per game. He's also bringing in 4.6 rebounds. Jakari Ransom, number 5, averaging just a tick under 11 points per game. Kenterion Downey, their top rebounder. Downey averaging 6.4 rebounds. He's also averaging 5 points per game for this Paris team. They got some good athletes out there. We'll see if they can get them going and see if they can knock off the Pirates tonight on the Berea home floor. We will step aside for another commercial break here on the Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance pregame show. When we come back, we'll get you set with the starting lineups and the the start of the game coming up on WBON TV.
At the Estill Clinic and Irvin Healthcare Pharmacies, we make it our mission to care for all of your pharmacy needs as quickly and conveniently as possible. Whether you need a prescription filled, an immunization, or help with an over-the-counter need, our pharmacists are here to help. Both of our Estill County locations offer text and call reminders, automatic refills, and medication synchronization, and are equipped with drive-thrus. All of these services help us save you time and make sure you always have the medication you need. Stop in or give us a call today.
Citizens Guaranty Bank makes banking on the go a breeze. Banking on the go has never been easier with options like balance inquiries, make payments from any mobile device, transfer funds between accounts, activate or deactivate a card with just a tap. And with mobile checking deposit, you can deposit checks straight into your eligible checking account using your iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Take advantage of all these fast, convenient, and secure services of Citizens Guaranty Bank. Mobile carrier charges and rules and restrictions may apply. See bank for details. Citizens Guaranty Bank, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hometown Dental prides themselves on being on the cutting edge of the latest dentistry technology. In a time where safety and their customers' well-being is of the highest importance, Hometown Dental is taking every precaution necessary, like by allowing patients to fill out their paperwork online before coming in for their first visit. Visit HometownDentalRichmond.com to see what sets Hometown Dental apart from the rest. They accept most insurances and want you to know they are here to help. Hometown Dental on Atwood Drive in Richmond, or visit their offices in Stanford and Lancaster.
For your car, home, farm, or business, Linville Insurance offers preferred pricing from more than 40 top-rated companies. With our state-of-the-art technology, we do business the way you want it, virtually, where everything is handled electronically, or in person at one of our 2 locations. Linville Insurance, where our values haven't changed. Treat people the way you want to be treated, always do what's right, help others, and give good advice. That's what you can expect from Linville Insurance. Come see what makes Linville Insurance unlike any other agency in the area. Call or click today.
Being prepared for various types of disasters is one of the best ways to ensure the safety of your family, friends, and community. The Madison County Emergency Management Agency and the Chemical Stockpile Emergency Preparedness Program is here and ready to support community emergency response. For how to be prepared, make emergency kits, know your zone, and shelter-in-place information, contact EMA CSEP at 624-4787 or visit madisoncountyky.us/EMA. Madison County EMA CSEP, your partner in preparedness.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, the health and safety of our patients is important. Along with following CDC guidelines, we have added a JADE unit, a medical-grade air purifier in every operatory. Our new patient special, x-rays, exam, cleaning, and fluoride is only $99. We offer patients single-visit restorations on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. We are equipped to handle all your dental needs from implants, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. Call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Back here on WBON TV, Michael Watkins here with you on this Wednesday evening, folks. Appreciate you being with us here. About to get you set for the starting lineups and the beginning of this game. See the Berea Pirates set to go, and the Paris Greyhounds. Before everything gets started, though, let's take another commercial break. We'll come back. We'll get everything lined out here on WBON TV.
Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling has the largest showroom in Central Kentucky with all the power sports products you can dream of for your next adventure. Gateway Cycles has a qualified, certified service department, friendly sales staff so you can ride free and play hard. Local people serving local people. We are here to make your dream a living adventure. Stop in and see us today at Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling or visit us at gatewaycycles.com.
Get the money you need now. Apply for a home equity line of credit at Cumberland Valley National Bank today with no payments for 6 months and low rates. There's never been a better time to tap into your home's equity.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
I'm Michelle, And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then, in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cupcadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Back here again on WBON, Michael Watkins here again. Appreciate you tuning us in on this Wednesday evening. A little high school basketball action, our last regular season game of the season, and our first look at this Berea Pirates team. The starters tonight for the Greyhounds: number 1, Ricky Washington; number 3, Malachi Ashford; number 1, okay, that's Washington; number 11 is Cameron Lilly. Number 14, Contavion Smith. And number 22, Ethan Dunn. Those are your starters for tonight for the Greyhounds in the black road uniforms, the orange numbers and orange letters outlined in white.
Number 1, Ricky Washington. Number 3, Malachi Ashford. Number 11, Cameron Lilly. Number 14, Cortavion Smith. And number 22, Ethan Dunn. The Greyhounds are coached by George Baker.
So those are your starters for the Greyhounds. Now for your Berea Pirates in the home white uniforms, the white shorts, the black stripe down each. They'll start number 12, Quentin Morgan, at one guard position. James Brennan, number 1 at the other guard position. Jaden Smith will patrol the middle for the Pirates. Edward Sexton at the other guard position. And at forward, number 23, Jalen Dorsey. Dorsey, the top scorer for the Pirates. One of the best players in the 11th region, and perhaps the most underrated player in the 11th region. Dorsey down here in Berea doesn't get as much exposure as some of these other kids does, but Dorsey averaging 18.2 points per game, 8.2 rebounds. We're going to see Jaden Smith play well. Trenton Wilson is averaging over 15 points per game off the bench, so this Berea team is for real. And Paris will get the ball first as Lilly will inbound right in front of us here on WBON TV. First quarter about to begin. You've been hanging out with us here on the Jerry Goble State Farm Insurance pregame show as Smith will have it. Down in the corner they go to Ashford. Now swung over to Washington, the top scorer for the Greyhounds. Back over to number 14, that's Smith. Now Lilly for 3. It's a nice shot, and Cameron knocks it down to give it a 3-0 lead for the Greyhounds. Coach Thacker, the new head coach at Berea, took over back in mid-February. Dorsey picked up his dribble, and now they find Sexton out to Smith. He'll pump fake, now step into a 3. It's coming off. Rebound battled for, but hauled in by Brennan of the Pirates to give them an extra possession here on their first possession of the ball game. Morgan double team, good pressure applied by Paris, and it's turned over to the Greyhounds. Two-three zone for Berea here defensively. As Washington kicks it over to Smith on the right wing, over to Ashford, now back to Washington on the left side. Try to find an open lane against this 2-3 Berea defense, 2-3 zone. Washington will try a deep 3 himself, and he knocks it down. Berea, quick timeout as they trail 6-0, 6:51 to play, a 30-second timeout, and Coach Thacker doesn't like what he sees. His defense letting this offense just kind of move the ball around and step into an open shot. You got to get a hand up, he's saying. And let's see if his defense wakes up here. A slow start on homecoming night for the Pirates. They trail 6-0, 6:51 remaining. Michael Watkins here with you, folks. Don't forget, coming up next week, we will have every single game, every moment, and every highlight of the 44th District Tournament featuring this Berea Pirates team. We'll also have Model, Central, and Southern in that tournament as well on both the boys and girls sides. Monday night it'll be Madison Central and Model in both the girls and boys games. Then on Tuesday it's this Berea team and Madison Southern in the girls and boys games. As Morgan gets it underneath the Smith, and Jaden double dribble with it, so a turnover for Berea and back the other way for the Greyhounds, who already have a 6-0 lead here in the early going. Here's Smith on the left wing over to Washington. Back to Smith, and he traveled with it himself. So back-to-back turnovers each way. And Berea will inbound with Edward Sexton. He comes into Morgan. Swung over to Dorsey on the left sideline. As he comes across the timeline, Dorsey steps into a double team, swings it over to Sexton, and he traveled with it. 3 consecutive turnovers, and Jalen Dorsey telling Sexton to shoot the 3. He had a great look at it, but didn't want to take it. And down the floor come the Greyhounds. Over to the right side, Washington. Going to attack, now swing it over into the corner. That's Ashford, and he nearly traveled, barely kept his pivot foot. Smith, the lefty, for 3. Comes off Dorsey, the rebound. Ashford, the smallest man on the floor, takes it away from the biggest man on the court. And it's another possession for the Greyhounds. Here's Lilly on the right side. He lays it off for number 22, Dunn. Pass to Ashford. Good defense by Morgan right there on him. Ashford gets around the defense. Back to Dunn in the corner. Driving baseline. Nearly turned it over. And we got a whistle. It's going to be out of bounds off of Berea. One thing that you're taught as a big man, never bring that ball down. Dorsey thought everybody had kind of moved on. He brought the ball down, and Ashford came in from behind to steal it from him. Now it's another possession for the Greyhounds. Washington had it blocked away by Dorsey. And what hustle from number 1, James Brennan. This senior diving on the floor for the loose ball. Good hustle, but the possession will stay with the Greyhounds here as they inbound. Directly in front of our cameraman, Nick Lazaroff. 5.5 to play in the first. Here's Lilly. Swung over to Smith down in the corner. They've got number 22, Dunn. Now Ashford. Little fake pass. Back up top to Washington. Ricky Washington, number 1. Now it's replaced. He goes to the free throw line. Going to try to get it inside this 2-3 zone here. Harris being very patient with it. They've got a 6-0 lead as we near the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Washington will face up on Jaden Smith. Fadeaway jumper is pure. 8-0. And that's 5 points now for Washington. Into the corner, Morgan. He'll try a 3. Pretty shot from Morgan as he gets the Pirates on the board. 6 to make it 8-3 your score. Greyhounds with a lead. Washington going to work it in on Morgan. Kicks it out to Dunn, left corner. His 3. Too hard. Dorsey the rebound. Dorsey in a hurry down the sideline. Jalen works his way in. Too big, too strong, but he can't finish. And free throws coming up for Jalen Dorsey. 8-3 your score. Berea down by 5, but finally starting to get going offensively. Saw Morgan knock down a 3-pointer a moment ago, and now Dorsey will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. The lefty. Love this young man's game. He's about 6'3", 6'4", can really play inside or out at the high school level, playing more of a power forward-like role in this offense, but at the next level, and he will play at the next level, he's going to be more of a wing player, I would assume, for whatever team he goes to. He misses a pair of free throws here. Berea leaving points off the board as the Greyhounds bring it up the floor with a 5-point lead, and Dunn make that to Washington foul underneath. 4:15 remaining in this opening period. Dunn will throw it in under the backboard, under the basket of his own team. Comes into Washington, corner 3. Up, short, Dorsey the rebound. Jalen in a hurry the other way, going to attack. Now dribbles over to the left wing. Puts the ball in his right hand. Now throws it up top to Brennan, the senior guard. Double teamed. He spins away from the defense. Drives in. Nobody picks him up, but he can't finish. Smith the rebound. He had it blocked. And the Greyhounds will go back the other way. Good defense by Morgan as he forces Ashford to get rid of it. Washington up the floor as they lay it off to Smith in the corner. Now back to Lilly. Deep three is way short, and Sexton will clear it out for the Pirates. Sexton up the floor, lays it off for Smith. Brennan cuts inside, and he traveled with it. Another Berea turnover. Again, a sloppy start for this Pirates basketball team. Credit the defense of the Greyhounds. Forcing some tough looks and forcing some turnovers here in the early stages. Oh, nearly 5 minutes into this ball game. Berea only with 3 points on the board. Here's Washington kicking it out. Running floater comes off. Dorsey goes up for a rebound. That's his 4th rebound already here this quarter. Attacking the other way. Dorsey hangs, and he misses the layup, but he hits the deck. There'll be free throws coming up. Dorsey will shoot a pair of free throws as his team trails 8-3. Just 2 trips down the floor a moment ago. Dorsey was at the line, missed 2 in a row. Let's see if he can get going here. First one is up. That one's good. Much better looking shot there on this free throw attempt to have another. 3:08 remaining in this opening quarter at Berea High School. Dorsey with another free throw. He's now 1 of 3 at the line. Make it 2 of 4. He's got 2, and the deficit is at 3 as the Greyhounds bring it up the floor. They give it off to Ashford. Ashford dribbles right side to Lilly. Up top, swung around on the left side to Smith. Smith, bounce pass up top now to Washington in the free throw line. He lost the handle, but we're going to have a reach-in foul called against Brennan, I believe. Maybe Morgan. We'll see who they call it on. It's on number 1, James Brennan. And looks like Brennan will check out. Trenton Wilson will come in for the Pirates. Man-to-man defense underneath as they come into Washington. Dorsey takes him defensively. Good matchup here. The top 2 scorers for each team. Washington works his self-baseline, and he turned it over, or kicked it out for a 3. It's good by Lilly. Lilly's 2nd three-pointer of the first quarter. And he puts his team up by 6 again, 11-5. Dorsey draws the defense, kicks it off to Smith. Morgan steps into a 3. Pretty shot from Morgan. He's got 2 3-pointers. And the deficit once again down to 3. Back and forth we go. Washington gets inside, hangs in the air but can't finish. Smith the rebound, gives it off to Dorsey. Dorsey driving inside, now will slow things down for the Pirates. Draws a double team up top near the timeline. Lost his footing and he is called for a travel. And the Berea Pirates coaching staff telling Dorsey, look, keep your head up, look down the floor. Kind of playing more of a point guard role here in this offense. And he's 6'3", and we said he'd probably play more of a wing position at the college level. Here's Berea swinging it over to number 22. That is Smith, or make that done. Here's Ashford in the corner. Neither team has really looked good offensively, but at times this Paris team has gotten some open looks and knocked them down. Here's Dunn driving inside. Dorsey got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. Paris will inbound here to our right with 1:42 remaining in the first quarter. They come into Ashford. He throws it into the corner to Smith. Bounce pass up top to Lilly. Swung over to Ashford on the left side. Back up top Smith. 1:32 remaining in the first quarter. Lilly up top. Pump fakes. Now dribbles left, and he is called for going to be fouled. I thought he was going to call it for a travel. 11-8 your score. 1:25 now left to go. Just underway here in the first quarter at Berea High School. Dunn's got it. Bounce pass over to Smith. The lefty will try a 3. Rattles out of there, and Dorsey another rebound. He's got 5 in the first quarter. Jalen picked up by Ashford. Inside to Smith. Jaden pump fakes, leans in. Missed. Another layup. Berea has had several missed layups here in the first quarter. They've gotten some good looks, just haven't gotten them to go. And now for the Pirates, they'll inbound after the ball was knocked out of bounds by a Paris player. They come into Smith underneath, leans in, Nice strong move there by Jaden Smith. His first two. And Berea down by just a point now. 11-10, under a minute to play. Dorsey again being active there in the passing lane. This time kicks the ball out of bounds. 52.1 remaining in the first quarter. They'll come into Washington on the extended right wing. Looking around, kicks it out, back over to Washington up top against this 2-3 zone defense. Dunn into Washington, hangs in the air. Smith got a piece of it and got a block. Berea attacking the other way. Dorsey hangs in the air. Nice strong move by Dorsey. He's got 4. It's a 1-point lead for the Pirates. Their first lead of the ball game. Dunn swings it over up top. Washington deep three. Pretty shot for Ricky Washington. He's got 8 in the contest. Smith inside. Nice look to Wilson, but he couldn't finish. And back the other way come the Greyhounds with 6 seconds to play. Washington double teamed. Over to Ashford. Deep three from him. No good as the quarter comes to an end. Berea took their first lead at 12-11, but that lead didn't last long. They now trail by 2 at the end of the first quarter. We'll come back in 1 minute on WBON TV.
Hey, why aren't you watching these 30-second walk-arounds?
Get the money you need now. Apply for a home equity line of credit at Cumberland Valley National Bank today. With no payments for 6 months and low rates, there's never been a better time to tap into your home's equity.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Back on WBON TV, Tanya Denny cheering on the Pirates as Let's Go Pirates. Terry McKeehan watching from Bear Waller. Geneva Sandlin also tuning us in, and Paul Begley watching us from down in Florida. We're finally getting some of that Florida weather up this way. Much better day here today. I think it was around 62 degrees temperature-wise. Sunny skies here in Madison County as Dorsey's got it here for Berea. It's just a little half-court pressure defense of the Greyhound. A nice feed underneath. Sexton lost the handle. You can tell Berea is reading the defense well. They've found some lanes inside, but once they've gotten in the paint, they've missed several open layups. They come in here to Wilson. Three-pointer from the left side comes off. Dorsey the offensive rebound. Jalen too strong as he goes up and draws the foul. And looks like it'll be on Washington, I believe. It is. So Dorsey, who is 2 of 4 at the line, will shoot free throw attempts number 5 and 6. Dorsey at the line, the lefty. Missed his first 2 free throws, made his second 2, and makes the first here. Give him now 5 points in the game thus far. Like to go along with his 6 rebounds. Filling up the stat sheet as usual for the senior big man. Dorsey hits the back of the rim this time. That one comes off. He's 3 of 6 at the line thus far, and his team down by a point. Driving inside, number 11, Lilly misses the layup, and Wilson will control it for the Pirates. Up the floor comes Berea. They throw it into Smith. Jaden turns around, lays it off for Sexton. Very good offensive set there for the Pirates as Jaden Smith gets his 4th point of the ball game, and Berea back in front by a point, 15-14. Washington on the right wing. Swung around, down on the left side now. It's Dunn. Washington now resets the offense up with Smith on the right side. Paris has yet to make a substitution. Very thin bench. A lot of their guys played in the JV game. This Ashford kid played the majority of the JV game. He's out there as a starter on the varsity team. And a reach-in foul up top as Dunn commits the personal on Dorsey. (15-14) your score, 1 point lead for the Pirates. Dorsey will go over to Morgan at the free throw line. They find Smith underneath. Nice shot up and in for Berea. 17-14 Pirates push the lead to 3. 6:38 remaining in this first half. Here's Ashford with it for the Pirates. Swung over to Smith. Bounce pass up top to Ashford. Berea kind of extending that 2-3 zone out now, playing more of a three-quarter court, or I guess a more of a half-court style 2-3 zone as they're bringing that pressure up top between the top of the key and the half-court stripe. Ashford on the left side gets inside the paint. Floater. No good, and the rebound hauled in by Sexton. Now Dorsey again on the attack. Jalen drives, tried to slam it home. Sexton the rebound. He puts it up. No good. Dorsey again the offensive board. Hits the deck, and it'll be 2 more free throws for Jalen Dorsey. Three-point lead for the Pirates now, and Dorsey will shoot a pair of free throws. Such a strong, smooth player for Coach Thacker. Dorsey makes another. This will be free throw attempt number 8 for Jalen here in the first half. And you know when you're a good scorer, sometimes the shots don't always fall, but like what Dorsey's done here, he's getting himself to the free throw line, try to get into the flow of the game. Misses another free throw, however. He's now 4 of 8 at the line tonight. His team on top by 4, 18-14, 5:48 to play. Ashford near the timeline, dribbles right, now circles over to the left side. Washington trying to get open for Paris, but good defense to realize where he is. Playing a good motion offense against this 2-3 zone. Somebody's always moving. Lilly at the free throw line. Smith, a good defensive effort there, extends that arm, forces a tough shot, and now the Pirates with the ball in a 4-point lead. Smith, free throw line jumper. Nice smooth touch for Jaden Smith. He's got 6, and that's where the lead stands for the Pirates. 20-14 Berea on your Citizens Guarantee Bank scoreboard. Lilly on the right wing. Swung around over to Ashford. Now to number 1, Washington. Kicked around to Dunn. His free throw line, Jay, banks home. 20-16 as Dunn gets his first 2. And Dorsey back the other way off of his own hand. Ashford knocked it away. Dorsey tried to reach out and grab it again, and then he was the one that knocked it out of bounds. 20-16, but Paris looking for another basket to cut into that deficit here. Ashford over on the left wing to Dunn. Up top, Lilly with it. Swung over to Ashford. Dorsey to steal. Jalen on the attack. Off the glass and in. (22-16), 4:25 remaining in this first half. Jalen Dorsey and Jaden Smith, the 2 guys we told you would be the keys to the game for Berea. They have been just that, as a nice floater for Cortavion Smith. Up over the extended arm of the bigger Jaden Smith. Puts it in for Paris. Deficit cuts to 4. Nice look inside. Another 2 points for the Pirates as they push the lead back to 6. Being very patient offensively here. Paris to Ashford on the left wing. Now Washington with Morgan on him defensively. Washington takes a step in, way off on the 3-point attempt. Now Dorsey the other way. Jalen gets inside, kicks it out. Jaden Smith, top of the key, straight on 3, short. And the rebound to Washington. A good look out from Dorsey. Smith, a good shooter, just couldn't make that one. Here's Washington out of control, driving in. Paris regains possession as Jaden Smith swats it away underneath. Good defense by the Pirates. 3:24 remaining, a 6-point lead for Berea. Paris will throw it into the backcourt. Ashford will come across the timeline. Swung over to Washington. Now here's number 3, Ashford. Back over to Washington as Paris kicks the ball around. Smith on the right wing. Down inside, and we've got a blocking foul called against Berea. Coming to the backcourt, Morgan got a piece of it. Hits the deck as Paris able to track it down. 24-18, under 3 minutes to play. Here's Washington on the right wing. Up top, Ashford, deep three for him, and he puts it in. This Paris team very dangerous, and Malachi Ashford deep from three. When they knock down the three-pointers, this team is tough to beat. Inside, Sexton blocked from behind. Smith got it back and puts it in for 2 more. 8 points now for Jaden Smith. 26-21 lead for Berea. Washington with it for Paris. Swung over to Dunn on the left side. This Berea team, their 2-3 zone defense, they've given up some three-point attempts, but with the way this Paris team shoots very inconsistently, you'll take those shots. Smith, another three-pointer. That's now 5 threes here in the first half for Paris. 2-point edge for the Pirates. Morgan, his floater, too hard. Smith, the rebound. Jaden, one dribble, back up, and 2 more for him. He's got 10. He and Dorsey leading the way for Berea as the lead goes back to 4. Washington lays it off for Dunn. Kicked out to Smith, then turned over back to the Pirates. Berea 28 and Paris 24. 1:40 remaining in this first half. Morgan will bring it up the floor. Comes across the half-court stripe. Bounces it over to Dorsey on the right wing. Up top it's Sexton. Now Morgan. They lob it up. Dorsey had it stolen away. Wasn't really there. Morgan forced it, and now it's a turnover. And the other way, Washington lays it off for Dunn, who gets 2 more himself. Ethan Dunn with 4. And it's a 2-point Berea advantage. Up top, Morgan's got it. Right wing, Dorsey. Dorsey going to attack. Spins away from the defense. Circles it back up top. Over to Morgan on the left wing. Morgan up top to Sexton. Sexton nearly went backcourt with it. Berea might have got away with one there. Here's Dorsey. Double team. Bounces it up to Sexton. Deep three on the way. It's short. Rebound to the Pirates. Kick back out to Dorsey. He'll try a 3 of his own. It's coming off, and I believe they're going to call Washington for the over the back. Even though he was on defense, he did go over the offensive player. James Brennan will check in for Morgan. 36.6 to play. Wilson will check back in for Berea as Sexton tells Coach Thacker he needs a breather. Free throw up and in. 29-26. Berea with a 3-point lead. Second free throw on its way. Not good this time, and Paris able to track down the rebound. 30 seconds to play here in the first half. A 3-point Berea lead. Down inside they go to Lilly. Fadeaway jumper is good. Cameron Lilly with 8 points here in the first half. He and Washington leading the way for this Paris team as they each have 8 apiece. Passed over to Dorsey. Dorsey at the volleyball line, gets a screen from Smith, Over to Brennan. His three-pointer, short. And the rebound to Paris with a 1-point deficit. And they won't get a shot off as the first half comes to an end. It is Berea 29, Paris 28 at the half. Was up aside for a 3-minute commercial break. We'll come back here and wrap things up with the Pirates on top by a point at the half on WBON TV.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
Madison HVAC is everything you would want a service company to be. The cold weather is here and it's a great time to have your heating and air unit looked at by the professionals of Madison HVAC. Their upfront pricing won't leave you with any financial surprises once the job is complete. Their team of experts is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because you don't get to choose when you have a heating and air conditioning emergency. Visit MadisonHVACR.com and see why so many have chosen them as their source for heating and cooling.
At the Estill Clinic and Urban Healthcare Pharmacies, we make it our mission to care for all of your pharmacy needs as quickly and conveniently as possible. Whether you need a prescription filled, an immunization, or help with an over-the-counter need, our pharmacists are here to help. Both of our Estill County locations offer text and call reminders, automatic refills, and medication synchronization, and are equipped with drive-thrus. All of these services help us save you time and make sure you always have the medication you need. Stop in or give us a call today.
Citizens Guaranty Bank makes banking on the go a breeze. Banking on the go has never been easier with options like balance inquiries, make payments from any mobile device, transfer funds between accounts, activate or deactivate a card with just a tap. And with mobile checking deposit, you can deposit checks straight into your eligible checking account using your iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Take advantage of all these fast, convenient, and secure services of Citizens Guaranty Bank. Mobile carrier charges and rules and restrictions may apply. See bank for details. Citizens Guaranty Bank, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hometown Dental prides themselves on being on the cutting edge of the latest dentistry technology. In a time where safety and their customers' well-being is of the highest importance, Hometown Dental is taking every precaution necessary, like by allowing patients to fill out their paperwork online before coming in for their first visit. Visit HometownDentalRichmond.com to see what sets Hometown Dental apart from the rest. They accept most insurances and want you to know they are here to help. Hometown Dental on Atwood Drive in Richmond, or visit their offices in Stanford and Lancaster.
For your car, home, farm, or business, Linville Insurance offers preferred pricing from more than 40 top-rated companies. With our state-of-the-art technology, we do business the way you want it, virtually, where everything is handled electronically, or in person at one of our 2 locations. Linville Insurance, where our values haven't changed. Treat people the way you want to be treated, always do what's right, help others, and give good advice. That's what you can expect from Linville Insurance. Come see what makes Linville Insurance unlike any other agency in the area. Call or click today.
Back here at Berea High School, see some of these younger kids out here having some fun at the half. On your Bishop's Small Engine Repair halftime show at Bishop's, the variety of outdoor power equipment is second to none. Visit Bishop's Small Engine Repair on North Estill Avenue and see the latest brands available. And get yourself ready for spring with a new mower from Bishop's on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. At the half, it's a 1-point lead for Berea. Turnovers early forced Berea to go down by as many as 7 or 8 points there in that first quarter. As we look back at some of the highlights, this Paris team got hot from the three-point line, starting it off with Cameron Lilly, who knocked down a pair of them. He and Ricky Washington each with 2 3-pointers in the first half and 8 points each. Malachi Ashford also with 3, and they lead the way for Paris. They also get 4 points from Ethan Dunn and 5 from Cortavion Smith. For Berea, Jaden Smith leading the way. He had 10. Jalen Dorsey had 8 to go along with 6 rebounds. Quentin Morgan knocked down a pair of 3-pointers himself for his 6 points. And Cody Roberts had 5 for the Pirates. As we look back at some of the highlights once again, we look back here in the first half. We see Washington, who was really good there in the first half, getting in here, laying it off as Lilly knocked down his second 3 of the first half. And There's our man, Jalen Dorsey, being very patient offensively as Quentin Morgan stepped in and knocked down his second three there in the first half. And Berea was able to build that 3-point lead, or make it a 1-point lead, 29-28. Again, here on the Bishop Small Engine Repair halftime show. We appreciate you tuning us in here, folks. Don't forget, coming up next week on Monday, it'll be the first round of the 44th District Tournament. It'll be Model and Berea. Girls beginning at 5:30, and the boys around 8 o'clock that night. Then on Tuesday, the same times, but it will be Berea and Model. The girls, Berea and Madison Southern, the girls first, and the boys second. And that'll be on WBON TV as well, with the championships coming up on Friday night, with the girls at 5:30 and the boys at 8. And some good news today. We're not going to break that for you. We got some big news coming. We will break on our newscast tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Tomorrow on our newscast, some big news that we will have for you on WBON TV about some more tournaments coming up here in the next couple of weeks. At the half, it's 29-28, Berea on top. We will step aside and come back here for the second half on WBON TV.
Hometown Dental prides themselves on being on the cutting edge of the latest dentistry technology. In a time where safety and their customers' well-being is of the highest importance, Hometown Dental is taking every precaution necessary, like by allowing patients to fill out their paperwork online before coming in for their first visit. Visit HometownDentalRichmond.com to see what sets Hometown Dental apart from the rest. They accept most insurances and want you to know they are here to help. Hometown Dental on Atwood Drive in Richmond, or visit their offices in Stanford and Lancaster.
For your car, home, farm, or business, Linville Insurance offers preferred pricing from more than 40 top-rated companies. With our state-of-the-art technology, we do business the way you want it, virtually, where everything is handled electronically, or in person at one of our 2 locations. Linville Insurance, where our values haven't changed. Treat people the way you want to be treated, always do what's right, help others, and give good advice. That's what you can expect from Linville Insurance. Come see what makes Linville Insurance unlike any other agency in the area. Call or click today.
Being prepared for various types of disasters is one of the best ways to ensure the safety of your family, friends, and community. The Madison County Emergency Management Agency and the Chemical Stockpile Emergency Preparedness Program is here and ready to support community emergency response. For how to be prepared, make emergency kits, know your zone, and shelter-in-place information, contact EMA CSEP at 624-4787 or visit madisoncountyky.us/EMA. Madison County EMA CSEP, your partner in preparedness.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, the health and safety of our patients is important. Along with following CDC guidelines, we have added a JADE unit, a medical-grade air purifier in every operatory. Our new patient special, x-rays, exam, cleaning, and fluoride is only $99. We offer patients single-visit restorations on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. We are equipped to handle all your dental needs, from implants, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. Call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling has the largest showroom in Central Kentucky with all the power sports products you can dream of for your next adventure. Gateway Cycles has a qualified, certified service department, friendly sales staff so you can ride free and play hard. Local people serving local people. We are here to make your dream a living adventure. Stop in and see us today at Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling, or visit us at gatewaycycles.com.
Get the money you need now. Apply for a home equity line of credit at Cumberland Valley National Bank today. With no payments for 6 months and low rates, there's never been a better time to tap into your home's equity.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Back here on WBON TV, as we've got about a minute before this third quarter begins. Appreciate you being here with us, folks, on WBON TV. Austin Hanks, our producer tonight, and Nick Lazaroff, our cameraman. Third quarter about to begin. It's a 1-point Berea lead, and it'll be Paris ball to begin this third quarter. For Berea, the 5 starters out there, Sexton, Brennan, Morgan, and the 2 big men, Smith and Dorsey, in there for Berea. For the Greyhounds, they have yet to sub here tonight. It'll be Dunn, Ashford, who will trigger it in front of us, and Lilly, Washington, and Smith. Underway now in the third quarter on WBON TV as Ashford's got it on the left wing. He'll go into the left corner now to Washington. Swung over to Smith. Now Dunn to Washington again on the left wing. Up top, now back to Washington. He'll drive inside, lay it off to Smith in the corner. Now kick it around to number 1, Washington. His floater comes off, and Sexton will clear it out for Berea. Over to Jalen Dorsey. Dorsey driving baseline, gets in. Nice strong move and a nice strong finish to give Jalen Dorsey point number 10 on the evening, and it's a 3-point Berea advantage. Dunn up top near the timeline. Ashford, bounce pass over to Smith. Now deep in the corner, Dunn. Back to Washington. Ashford has got it near the volleyball line. Back over to Washington as this Paris team being very patient here with it. Working on the defense of Brennan. Washington gets around him. Changes hands in midair, and a beautiful move by Ricky Washington. He's now in double figures with 10. Dorsey will try to answer. Gets in, draws the foul, and 2 free throws coming up for Jalen Dorsey. You can just see Dorsey really oozing with confidence here. He has become such a dominant player in this 44th district. One of the, again, he, to me, is the most underrated player in this 11th region. You put him on any other team, you put him on a Lexington Catholic or a Madison Central or a Frederick Douglass, and he sticks out. But here in Berea, doesn't get as much love as some of those bigger schools and the kids on those teams get. Made the first free throw with one more coming, puts it in. 33-30, still a 3-point lead for the Pirates. Dunn will come over to the right side. Now to Washington, back to Dunn. This Paris team been very patient, only for a 3-win team, and for a team that's only got about 3 or 4 players on the bench, a very small school, or a very small roster, excuse me. They have played pretty well here tonight. That shot comes off. Dorsey gets the rebound, and Jalen hurry the other way. Nice strong move, up and in. Dorsey with 6 here in the quarter. 35-30 lead for Berea. We'll step aside and come back on WBON TV.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kokudet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Need a physical for school or work? Need it right away? No problem! Berea Urgent Care has 2 convenient locations along with late hours to meet your needs. They're affordable too. Physicals at Berea Urgent Care only $20. DOT and CDL physicals are only $65. Berea Urgent Care number 1 by Walmart is open every day 9 to 9. Berea Urgent Care number 2 by Berea Drug open Monday through Friday 10 till 6. No appointment necessary. Berea Urgent Care, here when you need us.
Back to the action here as they come into Washington. He'll give it up to Ashford. Open 3 again. That young man knocked down a big one to end the first half, but misses here. And it's Dorsey the other way. Jalen around the defense. He has got 8 points here in the quarter. In the first 2.5 minutes of this third period, Dorsey has already doubled his scoring total from the first half. He's got 16. Dunn steps in for a jump shot, knocks it down. He's got 6. And Dorsey will bring it up the floor for the Pirates. Jalen, right side over to Brennan. Brennan fakes the pass over to Dorsey and then throws it to him on the left side. Now back to Brennan. James, nice little in and out move. Drives in, and they're going to say it was overshot. Back to the Paris Greyhounds with a 5-point deficit, 37-32. Over on the left wing, they go to Washington. Now over to Smith. Smith lays it off for Dunn. Now over to Ashford. Bounces it into Washington. Nice strong move. And count the basket and a foul for Ricky Washington. His 4th point of the period. He's got 12 for the game. Looking for point number 13 as he tries to cut this deficit down to just 2 at the line. Washington at the charity stripe, puts in the free throw. How about this? That is the first free throw attempt for Paris tonight, and it's a make, 37-35 as we near the 4.5-minute point of this third quarter. Brennan on the right wing, into Morgan at the free throw line. Morgan back to Brennan. Brennan dribbles it left, over to Morgan, top of the key. Back to Brennan. Berea now being patient. Nearly a steal. Good, strong move there by Smith as he's able to get it back for his team. Dorsey drives in. Count the basket and a foul.
That's the worst call ever.
10 points this quarter for Dorsey, and another free throw to come. And free throw comes off, but the Pirates able to track down the ball. Brennan, left open, drives in, underneath to Smith for 2 points. Smith now with 12 points in the game, and Berea, it pushed that lead out to 6 once again, halfway through this third quarter. Ashford, over to Dunn. Now to Smith as they try to get an open crease here against this 2-3 zone. Washington back to Ashford. Another deep 3. 3 more for Ashford. Knocked down another deep 3-pointer, and Malachi's got 6 in the ball game. Brennan up top to Dorsey as Jalen goes right wing to Sexton. Long pass over to Brennan on the left side. Now back up top to Dorsey. Back over to Sexton. He'll try an open 3. He knocks it down. Edward Sexton gets his first points of the ball game, a 3-pointer from the right wing, and that answers the 3 from Ashford. Lead is back to 6. Ashford on the left wing. Swung over to Dunn. Now underneath, and the ball deflected out. It'll be Paris basketball as number 10 will check into the ball game. Elijah Bishop for the first time. Lily will have a seat. And we've got a whistle and a timeout for the Greyhounds. They trail 44-38. 3:03 remaining in the third quarter. We'll come back on WBON TV.
Hey, why aren't you watching these 30-second walk-arounds?
Get
44-38, your score, a 6-point Berea lead as Dunn will come in bounds underneath. And nearly threw it away. Washington able to track it down for the Greyhounds. He'll make a move, and Dorsey will be called for the blocking foul. Two free throws coming up for the Pirates, and Washington is hurt. Slow to get up. His head coach talking to him, giving him a little pep talk and a slap on the rear end. Now the official tells the coach he shouldn't have come out on the floor like that. Let's see what the officials decide here. There was not a timeout call. The officials coming together to discuss some things here. So I don't think Paris has a trainer. So the head coach was coming out to check on his player. And did they call a technical foul here? I believe they have called a technical foul. So Washington will have to come out of the game. So there was no technical foul called. Washington has to come out of the game. Coach Thacker was asking if he got to pick the shooter because Washington had to check out of the contest. Appears to be okay. He just took a shot to the midsection, but he appears to have kind of shaken it off here. Lilly at the free throw line makes the first. Second free throw up, and it comes off as Lilly splits a pair. 44-39, under 3 minutes to play. Morgan over to Dorsey on the right side. Jalen resets the offense for the Pirates. Right wing over to Wilson. Wilson guarded by Dunn, up top to Sexton. Now Dorsey on the left wing. Going to force his way in. Kicks it out to Smith. Jaden back up top to Dorsey. Swung over to Morgan. Under 2.5 to play in this third quarter. Berea holding on to a 5-point lead. Feed inside to Smith. Jaden backing his way down. We've got a whistle and I believe a tie-up, maybe a foul call. Let's see here. One official said jump ball. The other said a foul. Let's see which one gets to secure the call. It'll be a jump ball. It will stay here with Berea. Washington going to check back in this game for Lilly. 44-39, Berea lead. 2:17 to play. Morgan will throw it in. Comes into Smith underneath. Smith had it blocked. Berea will retain possession. They come into Smith again, wide open. They ran the exact same play, and this time the block didn't happen. Smith scores his 4th point of the quarter, 14 in the game for Jaden Smith. Seven-point Pirates lead as we dip under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Up top, it's number 1, Washington. Makes a nice move, but couldn't finish. And Dorsey the other way for the Pirates. Jalen out to Morgan. Morgan pump fakes. Floater on the way and good. He's got 8. Nice move there by Quentin Morgan. He's had a pretty good game tonight for Berea. And the lead goes to 9. And a whistle, a foul going to be called against Sexton for Berea. Team's third. 9-point lead for the Pirates. And looks like Washington will trigger it in for the Greyhounds. Comes in the corner to Dunn. Dunn, pump fakes, one dribble, now kicked out to Smith. Lefty fires up a three-pointer that comes off, and Smith grabs the rebound. Outlets to Dorsey. Dorsey in a hurry, nobody picks him up. Count the basket and a foul as Jalen Dorsey will go to the free throw line for the old-fashioned three-point play. $12 points in the quarter for Dorsey, 20 for the game. And this free throw attempt comes off. Offensive rebound fought for. Smith had it. It's lost off a Paris player. It'll stay here with Berea once again. Dorsey has had a rough night at the free throw line. As they come into him again near the free throw, or near the half-court stripe. Smith on the left wing. Jaden drives baseline. Kicks it back out to Dorsey as we near the 1-minute mark of this third quarter. Dorsey drives in. Kicks it out to Morgan. Morgan able to go up high and secure it, but then turns it over himself. It's Ashford on the attack. He has it blocked by Sexton. And Berea will go to the defense here with an 11-point lead, 56.9 on your third quarter clock. And Washington will throw it in. They come in the corner to Ashford. Ashford will dribble up the right wing, give it off to Washington. Under a minute to play. He drives in on Dorsey and draws a foul. So Washington will re-inbound the ball once again with 48 seconds remaining now. Comes in to Ashford. Ashford guarded by Morgan. Goes up top to Washington. Swung over on the right side to Dunn, and Dunn traveled with it. Didn't put his dribble down before taking a step. Turns it over. Back to Berea, who's got an 11-point lead, 50-39 on your Citizens Guarantee Bank scoreboard. Pirates with 40.8 to play in this third quarter. Dorsey over to Morgan, underneath to number 3, Sexton, and Sexton draws the foul. 30.1 here in the third quarter. Sexton will shoot the free throws after drawing the foul on Smith. Misses the first. Berea has left a lot of points at the free throw line here this evening. That's one thing that could come back to bite them next week in the district tournament. Sexton makes one of two. It's a 51-39 lead. Under 30 seconds to play in this third quarter. Swung over to Bishop. Now Washington. Three-pointer on the way. Too hard. And the rebound hauled in by Wilson. He'll give it off to Dorsey. Under 15 seconds to play. Dorsey called for the travel. He tried to Euro step his way in, but didn't put an extra dribble down and turns it over. 12.1 to play. Here's Duncan. Make it Dunn, excuse me, Ethan Dunn. To Ashford. Ashford dribbling in amongst the trees, and he draws the foul. They call it on Dorsey, I believe. 51-39, half a second remaining in this third quarter, and Ashford will shoot two. First one on the way, good. I don't know what grade this young man is in, but I mean his shoes, he wears like a size 8. He's got a very short foot, but this young man is a baller, having some big moments here in this game. He's got 8 points as the third quarter comes to an end. 51-41. We'll step aside on WBON TV.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
Madison HVAC is everything you would want a service company to be. The cold weather is here, and it's a great time to have your heating and air unit looked at by the professionals of Madison HVAC. Their upfront pricing won't leave you with any financial surprises once the job is complete. Their team of experts is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because you don't get to choose when you have a heating and air conditioning emergency. Visit MadisonHVACR.com and see why so many have chosen them as their source for heating and cooling.
51-41 here as this fourth quarter set to begin on WBON TV. It is a 10-point Berea lead, and Paris will inbound to start the fourth. Starting 5 in there for Berea, except Wilson is in the game for James Brennan. They come into Washington, does the Greyhounds, and Smith Thought he got all ball, but the official right there to make the call and call the foul on Smith. That'll send Washington to the charity stripe. First one on its way. Good. (51-42), 7:56 to play in this fourth quarter. Washington misses the second free throw. Smith to Morgan as Perry starts to pick up a little pressure defensively. Morgan gets around Ashford, lays it off for Smith. Smith puts the layup in. 16 points for Jaden Smith. He and Dorsey have had big games tonight. We told you in our pregame show, those two wear our Jack Burford Chevrolet keys to the game. They had to have big games for Berea to win. They haven't won yet, but those two guys have had big games, and the Pirates lead by 11. Ashford, 4-3, and no good this time. Dorsey gets the rebound. Jalen, long pass up the floor to Brennan. Brennan lets one defender go by. Another one comes in, deflects the shot. Brennan gets a defender in the air and misses again. And here come the Greyhounds as Washington on the attack. Floater too hard. Dorsey might have got a piece. Brennan back the other way. Brennan will slow it down as they call out the offensive set. Dorsey goes in, off the glass. Two more for Jalen. Big night for him. 55-42. 6:44 to play in this fourth quarter. Swung over to Smith as Berea leads by 13. Smith spins away from the defense, throws it back up top to Dunn. Ethan against this 2-3 zone, over to Smith. Going to work on Morgan, now bounces it back up top to Lilly, who checks back in the ball game. Now Washington kicks it out to Dunn. Into the corner, Smith, open three, short, and Jaden Smith for Berea the rebound. Over to Sexton. Sexton lays it off for Brennan. Brennan going to slow it down for the Pirates. 55-42, 6 minutes to play. Dorsey drives in, off the glass, two more for Jalen Dorsey. What a second half he has had. And Washington quickly the other way draws the foul. $24 points in the game for Jalen Dorsey, 16 here in the second half. $5:49 remaining. It looks like Jacob Robinson is set to check in for the Pirates. As Washington at the charity stripe puts up the first and puts it in. $15 points tonight for Washington. Another free throw coming up. Goes through his routine, settles in, and puts it home. 5:49 left to play. Perry starting to pick up some full court pressure now. Sexton up the floor for the Pirates. Will reset the offense. They've got Brennan wide open. Drives in, got a defender in the air, but missed another layup. Layups have been an enemy tonight for Berea as Washington again forces his way inside and draws the foul. Washington at the free throw line tonight, 4 of 5 at the line. He's got 16 points in the game. First free throw is good. Now 17 points tonight for Ricky Washington. Good player for this Parish team, their top scorer. And he makes both. And we're going to have a foul as Robinson pushed Lilly out of the way, and I believe Paris will now get to inbound the ball. Oh, they're in the bonus. So Berea We'll send now Lily to the free throw line after committing the foul. Robinson pushed Lily out of the way to try and secure the rebound, and the official right there to make the call. First free throw for Lily is short. Lily now 1 of 3 at the line. And Brennan the other way for Berea. Lays it off for Sexton. They're trying to get Dorsey open. Dunn is not giving him any breathing room. Morgan now comes to get it, and he draws the foul. Ashford is the young man that commits the personal. Let me tell you something about this Malachi Ashford kid. He's got 8 points tonight. He's a 7th grader. Nick, zoom in on Malachi number 3 for Paris really quick. You see him right there. You see his KD shoes he's got on. I mean, this young man going to be a really good player for Paris sometime in the near future. But he's a starter as a 7th grader on this high school team. And we see number 12, Morgan, knock down the first free throw. Quentin will have another, and he makes it. Morgan now in double figures with 10. It's a 13-point Berea advantage. Here's Lilly over to Washington. Into the corner, Smith. Got Dorsey in the air, drives in, and knocks down the floater. Smith with 7 tonight. His first 2 here in the second half. Brennan quickly the other way. Gets around the defense. Got the defender in the air, but again, missed a layup. Robinson able to track down the rebound. He gives it out to Sexton. He drives in. Floater is good. Count the basket and a foul, and that'll be the 5th foul on Lilly. Sexton now with 6 points as we see Jaden Smith re-enter for Berea. Robinson will check out. (61-48), 4:42 to play. And the free throw for Sexton is good. Caps off the three-point play. He's got 7 in the game, and Berea on top by 14 points. 4:38 remaining. Ashford will drive in. Floater, pretty shot by the 7th grader. He's got double figures himself. He's with 10 tonight. 12-point lead for the Pirates. Jaden Smith had Sexton underneath, didn't see it in time, steps into a 3 that comes off. Not sure that's the shot you want as Coach Thacker holding his hands up in the air. When you got this big lead, I mean, Smith can knock that shot down, not saying that, but with this much time remaining in this lead, you want to try to work this clock or get it inside. Here's what Dorsey does. Gives it off to Sexton. His layup no good, but Dorsey there to clean it up. And 2 more for Jalen tonight. Now with 26 points. 64-50. Under 4 to play in the ball game. Paris has got to get something going, and they got to get it going now. Washington, a nice move. A beautiful spin away, and scores the 2 over the defense of Jaden Smith. Now Brennan, guarded by Bishop. Good screen by Smith. They give it to Smith, now back to Brennan. 3:24 to play. They want Smith. They look down in there at him, but Washington able to deny the entry pass. Now Dorsey comes to it. Jalen gets a screen from Smith. He spins away from the defender, drives in, and draws the foul before the shot. Tell you what, Dorsey has gotten so much better with his ball handling here this season. And now we'll shoot the 1-and-1 bonus. Free throws coming up for Dorsey. 26 points on the night. But make it 27 with that free throw. This is free throw attempt number 14 in the game for Dorsey. He makes it. Washington drives in, kicks it out to Ashford, left corner. He drove in on Smith and got it blocked. Dorsey the other way with Ashford all over him. Good defense by Ashford. Dorsey able to get to it before it went back court. Smith drives in. Nice strong move by Jaden Smith. He's got 18 in the game. And the Pirates' lead is up to 16 points. Dunn lost the handle, kicks it out. Smith will try a three. That one was halfway down and comes out. Sexton clears it out for Berea. He'll come up the floor now across the timeline, gives it off for Dorsey. Dorsey, nice feed inside to Smith. 20 points now for Smith. 70-52, Berea out in front. And Washington commits or draws the foul again. Going to be on Morgan. 2:17 to play. Berea pulling away here late in the contest, on top by 18 points as Morgan commits the foul. First free throw comes off. And checking in for the Pirates, number 42, Ray Alejandro. As Dorsey checks out, he's probably done. The senior, a big night tonight. 8 of 14 at the line. Fighting for 28 points. Is that free throw good for Washington? 70-53. Up the floor comes Brennan in a hurry for Berea. Looking around, Brennan picked up by Bishop, and he threw it away. These Berea guards got to get better at taking care of the basketball. You got Madison Southern, who likes to apply some pressure coming up on Tuesday. You've got to be able to handle that pressure and get it into your big men, Smith and Dorsey, who have played so well here tonight, played well all season. Here's Ashford over to Washington. Corner three, short. Sexton the rebound for Berea. Under 2 minutes remaining, and Brennan nearly turned it over again, able to track it down. James across the timeline. Nice look to Alejandro, who puts it in. Ray Alejandro with 2 more for the Pirates. His first 2 of the game. 72-53 as we near the 90-second mark of this contest. Alejandro at the other end commits the foul. It'll be done going to the free throw line. Some subs set to check in for Berea after this first free throw, and Dunn can't put it in. Dorsey, Wilson, and Robinson check back in. Morgan, Sexton, and Smith will sub out. Dunn splits a pair of free throws. Brennan will bring it up. Minute 30 remaining as Brennan comes across the half-court stripe. Dorsey calling for it. Brennan bounces it over to him on the right wing. Look inside to Alejandro. Alejandro leans in and draws the foul. Ray was a good football player this year for the Pirates football team under Tony DeGregorio. Frank Parks, the new head coach of the Berea football team, taking over this year, this upcoming year. Alejandro's first free throw on the way, and good. Nice shot by the big man. James Brennan will check out as Caleb Moore comes in for the Pirates. Alejandro makes them both. Nice soft touch for Alejandro. He's got 4. He'll come out, and Corbin Thacker, Coach Thacker's son, will check in for Berea. 74-54, minute 18 to play. Bishop into the corner. Ashford, 3 on the way. Pretty shot. This 7th grader, man, he is impressive. I'm going to put him on my to-watch-for list down the line, see where his career goes. Dorsey calls for a screen, gets the screen, goes over to number 2, Moore. And we've got a timeout for Berea. Just going to get some subs in here. just called the timeout to make some subs, so doesn't really want the timeout. Ashford will come out, as will Dunn for the Greyhounds. Robinson will have a seat for Berea. As Dorsey goes over to Moore. Open shot, won't take it. Back to Dorsey, and they'll try to dribble this clock out here. Guller going to come out and defend Dorsey, who's now double-teamed, and we've got a timeout. And they're going to sub out Dorsey again here. Going to get him a little clap, a little applause as the senior comes out for the last time on this home floor. What a career he's had here for Berea. They got one more regular season game, and then they'll take on Madison Southern in the district tournament on Tuesday. Driving in here is number 44, Cummins. Swung over to Moore. Under 30 seconds to play. Over to Roberts, who's got 5 points. Had a good first half there, did Roberts. Now over to Thacker. I'm told this kid is a very, very good baseball player. And nice strong move by Wilson, who gets in for his first 2 of the game. He's averaging over 15 points per game. Scores his first 2 here. Now out into the corner. 3 on the way. Almost banked in from the corner. It won't go, and that'll do it. Final score 76-57. We'll step aside and come back and wrap things up as the Pirates defeat the Greyhounds 76-57 here on WBON TV.
At the Estill Clinic and Irvin Healthcare Pharmacies, we make it our mission to care for all of your pharmacy needs as quickly and conveniently as possible. Whether you need a prescription filled, an immunization, or help with an over-the-counter need, our pharmacists are here to help. Both of our Estill County locations offer text and call reminders, automatic refills, and medication synchronization, and are equipped with drive-thrus. All of these services help us save you time and make sure you always have the medication you need. Stop in or give us a call today.
Citizens Guaranty Bank makes banking on the go a breeze. Banking on the go has never been easier with options like balance inquiries, make payments from any mobile device, transfer funds between accounts, activate or deactivate a card with just a tap. And with mobile checking deposit, you can deposit checks straight into your eligible checking account using your iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Take advantage of all these fast, convenient, and secure services of Citizens Guaranty Bank. Mobile carrier charges and rules and restrictions may apply. See bank for details. Citizens Guaranty Bank, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hometown Dental prides themselves on being on the cutting edge of the latest dentistry technology. In a time where safety and their customers' well-being is of the highest importance, Hometown Dental is taking every precaution necessary, like by allowing patients to fill out their paperwork online before coming in for their first visit. Visit HometownDentalRichmond.com to see what sets Hometown Dental apart from the rest. They accept most insurances and want you to know they are here to help. Hometown Dental on Atwood Drive in Richmond, or visit their offices in Stanford and Lancaster.
For your car, home, farm, or business, Linville Insurance offers preferred pricing from more than 40 top-rated companies. With our state-of-the-art technology, we do business the way you want it, virtually, where everything is handled electronically or in person at one of our 2 locations. Linville Insurance, where our values haven't changed. Treat people the way you want to be treated, always do what's right, help others, and give good advice. That's what you can expect from Linville Insurance. Come see what makes Linville Insurance unlike any other agency in the area. Call or click today.
Final score 76-57 here on your Hometown Dental postgame show at Hometown Dental. Mention WBON TV or Wallingford Broadcasting. Get free exams and x-rays at Hometown Dental on Atwood Drive in Richmond. Your final score, Berea 76, and knock off Pierce, the Greyhounds, by a score of 76-57. Your final score. Appreciate you being with us here, folks. Quickly run down the stats. First for Pierce, they get 13 points for the 7th grader Ashford. 10 of those coming in the second half. Washington, their top scorer, leads them here tonight as well with 21 points, 9 points for Lilly, 7 each for Smith and Dunn. As for Berea, we talked about Smith and Dorsey, their top 2 guys. They had to play well for them to win. They were our keys to the game. They combined for 48 points, 28 from Dorsey, 20 for Smith. They get 10 from Quentin Morgan, 7 from Edward Sexton, 3 for Cody Roberts, and 2 for Trenton Wilson, and 4 for Ray Alejandro. To wrap out the scoring for Berea, they win 76-57, folks, Our next broadcast will be Monday night in the first round of the 44th District Tournament. Catch every single play, every single big moment, and every highlight of that 44th District Tournament beginning on Monday, then on Tuesday, and then on Friday in the championships right here on WBON TV. For myself, Michael Watkins, our producer Austin Hanks, and our cameraman Nick Lazaroff, we'll see you on Monday night here on WBON TV.